Pour me a cup of that Joe. Welcome to the Teacher's Lounge, baby. Let's start the show.
I think I installed my mosquito net wrong.
Yeah,
you trapped a bunch of mosquitoes and then inside of it and then put it on.
Right. Did I install it wrong?
It's not like a fishing net. You're not supposed to catch the mosquitoes. You're supposed to repel them away from you.
Yeah, you walked around dragging it behind you wide open for a whole day, and then when we got to camp, you pitched it over your sleeping bag.
It was like an opposite beekeeper's suit.
Yeah.
And you were acting like Bubba from Forrest Gump.
And that was the wrong way to do it, you guys are saying?
Well, you're thinking like beekeeper, you're trying to keep the bees inside of your suit.
You're walking around saying mosquito soup.
Yeah.
Fried mosquitoes.
Oh, yeah. That's
it was pretty amazing that the mosquitoes were responding to you just being like, I have mosquito soup for sale, mosquito clothing sale, and they actually are pretty much like humans, and they show up, and they're like, is there free mosquito soup?
Well, you're working on a mosquito circus, right?
Right. Well, are you familiar with Aquaman or Dr. Dolittle? They could talk to animals.
Aquaman specifically can only talk to fish.
Aquaman can talk to fish. Dr. Dolittle can talk to Aquaman. Mammals.
Dr. Dolittle can also talk to Aquaman?
Yes.
That was not explored in that movie at all.
Aquaman or the Dr. Dolittle?
No, the Aquaman Dr. Dolittle crossover movie that's coming out.
My nickname in high school was Awkward Man.
No.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah, I was
Really?
awkward.
Wow. Okay.
I was really awkward.
Well, Todd, do you need some cortisone or anything?
I think just 2 dimes and a nickel's fine.
2 dimes and a nickel's a day.
Because you look, I'm talking about cortisone. You look really bit up, I'll say.
Yeah, well, what I'm doing is immersion therapy with these mosquitoes. I'm hoping if eventually my body will get used to the bites and it won't even react to them. But that's tough because I've got this dengue fever from the bites right now. That's kind of it's slowing me down.
And you've been tested for malaria as well, right?
That's right. Yeah, I broke the computer.
Yeah, so much malaria that it crashed the computer.
You've had malaria for years, though.
Yeah, you were walking up to the clinic and all of the equipment just started sort of frizzing out.
Yeah, it was like if you in movies when they go to where there's radiation and their things just go off the charts.
And this is at the malaria clinic?
Yeah, this is the malaria clinic.
Well,
they started it because I was spreading malaria from town to town. I was patient zero.
Well, because you kept biting people. And
but you started doing.
I wanted the delicious little blood.
You were actually giving back though to the community, so you started a Hilaria for Malaria show?
Yeah. It was. We did Hilaria for Malaria, and it was all of the funniest people.
I heard. I heard that the puppet guy was there.
That's right. Puppet Master came.
The roast king was
Dunham.
there?
Was that?
Jeff Dunham.
Jeff Dunham was in the audience. Puppet Master was performing.
Puppet Master P was also there, right?
Puppet Master P was there. He what's he famous for? He did his thing. But we raised a lot of money. Unfortunately, everybody got malaria there because I was hungry during the show.
So you walk around and sort of just take a tiny bite of people and then you pull out a straw.
Yeah, and I slurp it up. But if they flex, I'll explode.
Yes, right. Right. And now, is that an urban legend or has that happened to you?
No, that's true. I saw it happen.
Yeah, it's happened to me. Yeah, you put me in a soda bottle and shake me up, I'll explode. You flex while I'm biting you, I'll explode. You put me inside a little volcano and pour baking soda on me, I will explode.
A lot of different ways.
So you're sort of like a mosquito or vinegar.
Yes, on the periodic table, that's the element that I am.
What did you guys watch my pilot presentation of my game show, Mosquito or Vinegar?
Oh, of course. I was trying to pitch it all around town.
You were?
Yeah.
Good, because I did send this to you guys and be like, if you go and get a pitch meeting, pitch for me.
Yeah.
I think
I won't be there, but pitch it.
I've been soft pitching it, backdoor pitching it at all my meetings.
And by backdoor pitching, you mean?
Right as they're throwing me out, I'll say that idea. Right as they're throwing me right out the back door.
I've been tying it to bricks and throwing it through windows. I've been pitching it through windows at people. So
can I give you a quick note?
Yeah.
the idea is good, but you as a host, you're kind of the microphone is far from your face. You're never looking into camera. A lot of the show, your back is to camera.
Well, I got too long of a Price is Right mic, so it's up in the rafters. If I hold it normally, like sort of around my waist, it goes up into the rafters. So, of course, it's not going to pick up my voice, but guess whose voice it did pick up?
The Phantom of the Opera.
The Phantom of the Opera.
And
who was up there and no one knew, and he's up there like...
Is every episode going to be formatted that way where you are the host and both contestants?
Yes, and it's set up, so I always get the right answer. So I'm told, like, hey, Bill, just so you know, this next thing that we pull out from underneath the blanket, big blanket, from my house.
And you're telling this to yourself.
Yeah, because I'm the producer. I'm like, the next one's going to be vinegar. And I'm the audience members. I'm everything.
Yeah. It's a Bugs Bunny, the classic Bugs Bunny situation where you play every position.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, guys.
Oh, God.
What, did you just realize you left your curling iron on? Did you leave it on?
By the way, your curls have been looking great.
Thank you, but no, I always turn it off.
Okay.
Oh.
Guys,
straightening iron? You re-straighten your curls with?
Because the curls in the front look great, and then the straight part in the back looks even better.
But your hair is honestly getting you're putting miles on it, is what I'll say. Because you're curling it and then you're re-straightening
what do
it.
you think it's getting?
It's very
dying.
dried out.
It's drying, yeah.
Well, it just looks rusty. It looks a little bit like an old car.
Oh, you're noticing the rust?
Just had some miles on it.
Well, I'm using a dry rust shampoo as well, so... but that's not what this is about, guys.
Dry rust.
Your angling iron? Did you leave your angling iron on?
Oh, well, I did leave my angling iron on, but that's not what I'm upset about.
Okay.
Guys,
Your hairspray. You out of hairspray?
no.
Yeah, I knew it.
That's why he said, oh, shit, because he's out of hairspray.
Too
Guys,
much hairspray.
No, guys.
Too much. Too much hairspray. That makes make more sense by the look of your hair. There's too much hairspray.
I'll give you guys one more guess about why I said, oh, shit.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
This lunatic in the Lighthouse.
This lunatic
It's
in the
because
Lighthouse.
he said, oh, my God.
Have you guys
saw a news
Have you
story.
guys seen this lunatic in the Lighthouse?
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
he is a buffoon.
Yeah, I was watching CNN about it the other day.
He does not know how. He's an imposter in the Lighthouse.
That's
I
right.
agree. I agree. What
we
about all
get-
the people who've been fired from the Lighthouse?
Oh, my
It's
God.
a whole new staff. He said he was going to drain the bay, and he
It's the bay's deeper than ever.
It's deeper than ever. There's a lunatic in the Lighthouse. Golly, what is it?
Guys, we've been recording this whole time.
Spit take.
Water on my
take.
face. Water all over my face. Spit back into Todd's face.
You know what? The egg
Water
is
on
on.
my
There's
face,
egg
too.
on my face.
Oh,
Egg
right.
take.
Fried up.
Egg take.
Egg take face.
Over, over easy on my head.
I guess we're fucking idiots.
Yeah, I guess we're the idiots.
We let you run it every time.
Yeah, guys, look,
we
I'm
don't
fine.
learn.
Listen, I promise you guys that
We don't learn.
That is it's our
I just
problem.
thought, Blunt, you were a new man now, but it looks
Yeah,
like
Blunt.
it's just same old Howard bullshit in a new Blunt body.
Yeah, you can change your name all you want.
I haven't changed my name, guys. You guys have.
Yeah, right, Blunt.
Okay, listen, no.
All right, well, let's start the
Yeah.
episode.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Teacher's Lounge. It used to be the first, best, and only podcast pertaining to issues relevant to the Hamilton High School community. But of course, we are now at Camp Idontwannabehere, where we are camp directors, counselors, and just overall becoming
Good
really
people.
good
and
people for
guess
these
what,
kids.
haters? We're healthy now.
Yeah.
That's right. We are.
Hi, haters. Hi, haters. We're
I'm
healthy
living
now.
my
Hey,
best
haters.
life.
We're taking time for ourselves. We took a lot of time for ourselves.
Yes.
Over the break.
Yes, we did.
And,
I've been self-caring for myself even more than normal.
and you you can tell.
Yeah.
You don't return my calls.
Uh-uh.
You don't talk to me. A lot of times when I see you in public, you're self-care.
I must be doing well, huh?
You're doing really good.
I'm doing so well that I don't talk to any of my friends, and I spend a lot of money. That's how good I'm doing.
Yeah, you're asking your family for money right now because you're doing so much self-care, right?
I'm doing so much self-care and feeling so good about myself that it's making my life horrible, if I'm being honest. It's seeping all of my resources, but boy, do I feel good eating all the expensive food I do.
Yeah,
Well,
you
and
gotta take care of yourself.
it's good that it's good that you're talking to your family because last I heard, you and your father, he was estranged, right?
He's estranged?
He was a strange. Yeah. Yes.
And he's not a normal. He's a strange.
He's a strange. Yeah. He's this is hard to talk
That's
about.
devastating.
I just sort of I've been in therapy a little bit.
And this has nothing to do with the fact that he is actually a parrot. We've established that your father was a parrot.
No,
That is
that's not
the
true.
strange
That was a mistake on our part. We're changing that.
That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Through therapy, I've learned some false beliefs. I thought my dad was a parrot. this
We
whole
set
time.
that up, but that was a mistake.
But he was a weird Italian. He was a strange.
He's a strange.
Yeah.
He's a strange, and you're a normal.
Luckily, I'm normal now.
Yes.
Well, you're healthy. You're a healthy.
I'm healthy. Well, I was normal.
Yeah, we
which
were.
is good. But normal is really just kind of nothing.
Yeah, and normal.
I'm healthy now.
Normal in
I'm
this day and
active.
age in this country is not healthy.
You're
Not with
telling
this
me.
guy in the lighthouse.
No way. The other night, I heard they were talking about shutting down the Lighthouse for a couple of months because they couldn't afford it.
Typical.
Typical. Unbelievable. Yeah, shut the lighthouse down. Golly. Do you know? Golly.
Golly.
Well,
That's all you can say in times like these.
Yeah.
Golly. Used to be different.
Yep. And we had a big week. Obviously,
We barely made it back in time for the podcast.
We did.
Holy
What was
shit.
supposed to be a 24-hour hike ended up being a 7-day, 24-hour hike.
That's right.
365.
724 365.
That's right.
We're back from a year-long hike.
Yeah.
It took a little too long. And boy, are we excited to just get right back into it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we made a huge wrong turn, but it was clearly marked 24-hour hike and 365-day hike, and we were looking at our phones.
Yeah.
We took the long one.
We were all looking at our phones, but we are back. A lot happened, obviously.
Whew.
Was that a year? Is that what we're going with? That was a year.
Yeah, that was an Earth year.
Wow.
But not much seems to have changed. We've got these long beards, but otherwise.
Well, luckily it was exactly 1 year, so it's the same time of year.
Same
Everything
day,
is
1
in
year
the same
later.
bit of its
It was
cycle.
really
It's just a year later.
Yeah, it was really amazing. Actually, really something awesome happened when we got off the trail. We wandered through a music festival and we were mistaken for the Fleet Foxes, and we did a full set.
That's right.
A full set.
That's right. We were covered in mud and looking sort of tattered and disgusting.
Yeah.
And someone said, "You must be an indie rock band."
Yes.
We
Yes.
said, well, yeah, we are.
So yeah, and we sang our hit song "Breakfast Nook" 42 times, and we got off stage.
The Breakfast Nook. It is a good song.
So,
Yeah.
I think the thing that we can be proudest of this hike is we didn't lose any kids.
No one.
No?
We started with 2 and we ended with 2. Right?
That's right.
That's my story.
Well, a lot of kids opted out early. They opted out early when we gave them the choice before we left. They
Right
didn't
past
have
the
to
365-day sign, I think a lot of kids turned back.
Yeah, there was
Yeah,
a moment.
We had about 40 or 50.
Yeah, we came up on a sign that said, "Be aware, this is a 365-day hike. If you need to and you don't think you can make it, you should turn back now." We powered through along with 2 other kids.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
that sign
before
was-
you ask, yes, those are the same kids we came back with, okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyone saying that we came back with 2 people we found at a retirement home and dressed them up as kids because we lost 2 kids.
Yeah, if somebody says we lost those kids on hour 1 of the 365-day hike, and the rest of the 364 and 23 hours was figuring out a way to find children that looked exactly like those kids, is a liar.
Yeah, how would they even know that information?
Yeah, I mean, what's the simplest answer? We lost 2
Follow
kids.
the money.
We
Follow
lost
the
2
money.
kids. Yeah,
Follow
follow
the
the
money.
money.
Actually, don't follow the money. Don't follow the money.
Don't follow the money.
Don't follow the money.
Show me the money.
Show us the money.
Show
Yes,
me the money. Remember Jerry Maguire?
Gosh.
God, I'm glad we got off that topic of us losing the
Yeah,
kids.
yeah. Well, I think we were just talking about Jerry Maguire the whole time.
I've been talking about Jerry Maguire for an hour.
Yes.
Now, I'm
Tidwell.
glad,
Rod
to
Tidwell.
be back personally because it lets me focus on what I've become very passionate about and really loved my whole life and have been doing since I can remember, which is this forensics, this crime scene investigation.
This feels very new.
No, this has been a passion of mine since I remember when I was 8 or 9. I used to make little crime scenes around the house. I loved this Sherlock Holmes guy.
No, you didn't.
His name is not Home. Sherlock Holmes?
Well, I've read all the books, so I think I would know. Okay.
I mean, I've read your book, Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And it's SURE, comma, LOCK.
Yeah.
Home.
It's a home that good luck getting into it. These locks are sure. And it's a lot of the reviews is that the book seems pointless is what I'm getting right now. But that's kind of what, like, not every book has to be about something.
Yeah.
And so I'm in talks with HBO about not coming to their offices anymore. But there's a lot of exciting stuff going on with this book. And right now,
You have a contract, actually, with HBO and the police to
Yeah,
never
they signed
show
you
up
to a
at the
3-year
office.
deal, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
normally they call it a restraining order, but in this case, you're really insisting that it's a contract.
It's a 3-year deal, and I'm getting points on the back end.
on your
What is
driver's
it?
license.
You got
though.
shot by an arrow. You got shot in the butt by
Both
the
are
HBO
true.
arrow.
Both are true. So I got points on my driver's license, and also HBO shot me in the butt with an arrow, and I immediately fell in love.
With who?
With who?
Yeah.
Every time
that guy, the head of HBO, the really attractive guy who gave notes on who was that guy?
Adrian Grenier.
Yes.
Just because somebody wants you to get away from them and they shoot you, you've fallen in love with so many hunters that you've wandered into their bow
when
crosshairs.
You know, when you walk around the forest, you never know when Cupid's arrow doth hit you in the face. And
You've been shot in the face by an arrow?
I've been shot. Name a part
look
of the
at his
body.
face.
Yeah, look at it. I've got the whole Steve Martin thing going on, except the arrow's real and it's not funny to me. It hurts.
Yeah, a lot of people thought you had gone to Spencer's Gifts and got that funny trick arrow, but you were
Right.
you couldn't remember any of your family members' names.
No, a lot of that stuff happens where people are like, "Oh, this must be a little fake turd from Spencer's Gifts."
Yeah.
No, it's a real turd in my house.
Why is
that
your
must-
gum shocking me?
because I buy electrocuted gum. I mean, this isn't a Spencer's Gifts thing. It's not that I came to your wedding in a shirt that looks like a tuxedo. It's that I bought a bad tuxedo.
Is that the Pink Floyd poster with all the girls' butts, or did you just take a picture?
And that's just a picture of a bunch of pigs' butts that I took.
Good.
And that I drew on. See, I've never been inside of Spencer's Gifts because they stole my idea. Selling things to perverts.
Well, we're back from the hike.
We're back from the hike.
We're sort of ramping back up.
I'm
the
saying
training.
now that we were
the
gone
good
for
thing
a-
about the hike is, Sam, you had enough food for the whole 365 days.
That's
You
right.
did a lot of meal prep. You didn't cook anything because that's not really your job in the kitchen, but you did a lot of sous chef work.
That's right. I brought my big chef's knife, and I spent most of the trip just being pulled in the back while doing a lot of, cuts.
Yeah. I mean, something's up with that hike for sure. I mean, because when we came back, the same kids were still in session. It must be some type of Stranger Things. I mean,
Like a wormhole, or
some
maybe
type of, because we were in there for a full year.
A rip in the
100%.
fabric of space and time.
But
or
they
something
were
like
like,
that.
"Oh, you guys are back early."
Right. They
Right.
said,
Which is
"You're back
interesting.
early." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Look at all these Boonwad potatoes."
Yeah.
I must have been in there for a year. This is thousands of pounds of
And
potatoes.
look at our beard growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were.
They were more
And
interested
I
in
honestly
potatoes.
don't know what the truth is. Did we walk through a wormhole or do we not understand time?
I think we're going to have to do it again and figure out the truth. I'm not really sure. But there's definitely unfinished business.
We're
out
going to
on
have to hit
hike.
that. So we're hitting that hike again tomorrow.
Yeah.
This
we gotta
time
figure this out.
there's
This time
no
we're gonna-
opt-out clause for the kids because we need corroboration.
Yes.
Yeah.
They will sign waivers, obviously, because we don't want to have any legal trouble. If
Yeah.
anything, if we weren't to, we're not going to lose them. Everything's fine.
No, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's a waiver. You're free and easy after a waiver.
Yeah, as soon
we're
as
clear.
somebody signs a piece of paper, you can kill them, and you don't get in trouble.
Yeah.
And now I said, we barely made the podcast, but we had been back for about a day, and it's nice. It almost felt like home coming back here. Like it was like refreshing. I don't know. I was just excited. Like I could maybe live here forever and not go back into civilization. I don't know.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah.
You like living out in the forest. What do you think it is? The solitude, isolation? What is it for you?
There's a little bit of a lack of pressure when you're not in society. There's not a pressure to perform, and maybe it's just that I'm reconnecting with my daughter, Laura.
Hopefully, right? You haven't yet?
I'm hopefully reconnecting soon, maybe with my daughter, Laura.
Because she keeps seeing you around camp and dodging you. She's running off.
Yeah, she's a lot faster and stealthier than I remember her being. And every time I say, Laura, honey, it's your dad, she books it so fast. She speeds right out of there. So
No, I haven't seen your daughter. I've heard you tell stories of your daughter being here. I've seen a lot of deer on the outside of camp, just sort of like nibbling on berries and stuff like that.
No, yeah. I mean, you'll probably see my daughter. She is on the outsides a lot. She'll kind of you'll see her a lot. She'll jump right in front of your car, so you got to be careful.
Are you insinuating he thinks a deer is his daughter?
Well, yeah.
My daughter is a deer girl. She's dear to me. So if that's what you mean, then
every time you yell and wave to your daughter, I see a deer scamper off. So I don't know if she was near a deer and scared her. Or I'm just asking.
Maybe that's what you're seeing. I don't know. My daughter. Sure. I mean, she's crawling around on all fours, and. She's, she's about 5-6 feet high. She's furry.
She's 6 feet high on all fours.
She's on all fours, yeah.
That is huge,
but I've been tracking her.
You're saying his daughter is definitely a huge deer?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
elk. It sounds like an elk to me.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, her horns are growing. But I've been tracking her through her scat, and
you've been tracking your daughter through her scat.
Yeah, because she's scatting around. And,
Todd, I think your daughter is a deer. I think you're confused. I think you are tracking a deer. You came to this camp thinking your daughter was here, but this is a camp that just exists in a deer preserve. So I think you're confused.
Damn it. That would be bad. If that's true, I'll kill myself.
No, Todd.
Hey, that's okay. I'm sure she's real. I'm sure she is, deer or not, I'm sure she's real.
We'll see. And that's the thing. Deer or not, she's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have been back for a day. Honestly, I was really excited because when we got back, you guys told me we should just spend a night hanging, right? And I was really excited. And I made some buttered popcorn. I got some sodas, and I headed out to the field day field. I know it's not a good time to confront you guys on the air, but
This feels like a trap.
The fuck's is this going on?
You guys, you told me that you would be out there, and I got there 9:00 sharp, and the sprinklers went off, and I got soaked.
Oh,
You did?
Yeah.
Blunt, we're sorry.
What?
When was that?
It was
Which
last
field did you go to?
The field day field where we do the three-legged race and the egg
I've been
run.
so busy lately, it slipped my mind. I'm so sorry, man. I feel terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys feel terrible for tricking me?
Mm-hmm. Blade, this is not intentional. It was an
His name's
accident.
Blunt now.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
My name is still Howard.
Okay, Blunt. I just don't think
We didn't.
We didn't plan this. We love hanging out with you, especially with buttered popcorn and sodas, and that sounds like the perfect thing. We would, of course, do that. Go hang out on a field with you with popcorn.
We've just been so busy lately. I think
Listen.
I crashed. I think I crashed early. Even don't check my Instagram. I was asleep
tough.
early last night.
We only got 3 invites.
Yeah.
We didn't want to tell you this. We only got 3 invites.
Invites to what?
You know.
It's just we only had a few invites that we could do. And,
To what?
We're not
We could only
excluding
get
you.
it could only. It was only Bill plus 2.
Right.
I'm
What is
sorry.
it? Where did you guys
You
go?
know.
Hey, just
I don't know. Where did you go?
Blade,
Where do you think?
Blunt, capacity.
We're at
It was capacity.
They were at capacity.
It's all we could do, and it was honestly, you didn't even want to be where we were. It sucked.
Oh, God.
It
It
sucked
was
so
terrible.
much.
It wasn't even
bad.
that good. Like I would have rather had buttered popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have birdie popcorn with you anytime.
What did you ask us to do? Birdie popcorn?
But
Birdered.
Birdhurt.
But we honestly, how about this? We won't back out of this one tonight. Why don't we meet up? Okay, it's a full moon tonight. I think let's meet under the stars. Let's do a night picnic. We'll have a little bottle of wine.
Yeah.
a night
We'll have some
picnic.
cheese. We'll do a night picnic with you.
Where do you think? Like, I don't know, out on the field maybe?
Yeah, let's go to the field. Let's say 9 p.m.
Yeah.
That sounds really nice. Because, like, I've
tonight's
been wanting
event-
to do that lately.
Tonight's event doesn't start until 10. Let's say 10.
Let's say 10
Okay,
tonight.
Event.
So you go to the field at 10, and
Bring burgered popcorn.
I'm doing like this crazy TBT thing on Instagram. So if I post anything tonight, it's from the past. It's not
Yeah,
from me
it's
having
not.
fun tonight
Yeah.
without you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you saw Instagram from last night,
I
those
was
are all
following it.
TBTs.
Those are
are all
TBTs.
TBTs.
I was following it.
And this Instagram stories we were posting.
My
were
story's
TBTs.
old. My story's old.
Yeah, it was a repost from an old
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, repost.
I feel like you guys don't like me, if I'm being totally honest.
No, it was a blunt.
Blunt.
Blunt. Stop. We're protecting you.
We're healthy
Here's
now.
the thing. Here, can I be honest with you, Blunt? I would love.
I'm still gonna be Howard.
What's that?
Your name's Honest.
Look,
Yeah, be honest.
I'm trying
honest.
to. That's such a dumb
That's
joke.
stupid.
That
Oh,
is
yeah?
so fucking stupid.
grow
I'm
up.
trying to have a
You're
fucking
talking
moment with you, and you did
Blunt.
a stupid joke. You're
Grow
a piece
up.
of shit. I was trying to have a fucking moment with
Wow.
you. to get
Address
through
him as
this.
Todd, please.
Wow.
Yeah, my name's Todd Blunt.
Okay.
Jesus, Blunt. I'm pissed off now. I'm mad.
I got a good mind to
Listen,
smoke.
we
I was
got
going to give you some advice that was going to make us stop ignoring you.
Okay, well, give me the
We
advice.
got invited to a documentary premiere. Okay?
A doc premiere?
Yes,
Yes.
it's brand new. They just finished it. The story just closed.
Yeah.
You guys.
All right. And you know how much we love documentaries.
We love
You guys know how much
documentaries.
I love documentaries.
You
It's
wouldn't
a-
love
It
this
was
one.
a story that they thought was going to be about one thing, and when they got in there, they realized the story was so much more interesting.
Yeah,
and it changed. The
it
whole
changed.
documentary changed.
You know how that thing where those guys taped a bomb to me? They made a whole documentary about it.
Yeah.
Because I let these crackheads tape a bomb to me because they were so charismatic and beautiful.
Sometimes that's how it
and
happens.
So smart, and so I let them tape a bomb to my fucking ass. And it's all about like it starts there, but where it goes, you'll be so surprised.
It's got such a big twist.
Oh,
It's always good.
And by the third episode, it's all about the director. That's the
Yes.
cool thing. Is the documentary is fully the story doesn't matter. The director inserts himself into it, and then it really gets bad.
Documentarians love to tell other people's stories if they are actually just going to end up being about themselves.
Yes, and his fingerprints are all over it.
Jareki.
So why don't you come with us to the premiere? But here's my advice to you. I'd like you to bring a little bit of yourself. It feels like you're never real when you're with us. You're trying to be cool.
Well, I've spent the last 6 seasons trying to be myself with you guys, and it doesn't seem to be the thing that you like. So sometimes I'm putting on a mask with you guys these days.
Well, yeah. Let's take off the mask, okay? Let's take it off, and let's just see the real Blunt right here, right now.
Check it out.
I'm
You
not
guys are-
really wearing a mask.
Get
Bill.
the mask off.
I'm wearing your old face.
He's going to be nude.
Stop.
He's going to be
Stop.
nude if you take off this mask.
No, please stop.
Mask.
Listen,
That's on the real tight.
I'll do an announcement today that we're all going to the documentary premiere tonight. Okay? I'll do an announcement.
And because you are now officially the voice of the camp.
Yes. Brad, I think is his name, has continued to get locked up in his bunk.
Oh, and we're very close to solving that case. We are
Yes.
on the case.
We're
So
gonna
don't worry
figure out
about
that
that,
extra
everybody.
You guys got to
Don't worry
figure it
about
out.
that.
But I am now fully the announcer here at the camp. I'm the MC. I run all the games. I say when lunch is. I say what time the canoe crew needs
You
to get
scream
down
through
there.
everybody trying to have a nice meal in the dining hall.
Yeah, I get people riled up.
Yeah.
And you've been getting a little better every time at enunciating. I
Yeah.
can almost understand the full message now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was sort of like screaming into a little box with just a few people, but it started to gain steam. I would get out in the area, I'd get up on top of a car, and I started gathering campers one at a time. And I'm sort of running a resistance.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Against whom?
Yeah, what are you resisting?
Against Brad.
Oh, okay.
Against this kid.
Yeah.
Who is, as of now, is locked in his cabin.
Well, we could all sort of hear the tone in his voice in the camp announcements. He was a little overbearing.
Yeah,
I'm
he
not sure
does-
if he knew what the people wanted.
Yeah, he's very much not editorializing things.
Yeah.
He's
And it seems like, though, there is a lot of opposition, sort of grumblings of opposition around the camp that this position is meant for a camper.
Grumblings.
It's supposed to be an opportunity for a good camper to get an opportunity to do some public speaking,
Yes.
to get a sort of leadership role. And people are saying that you have sort of made this position about yourself and completely changed what it was intended for.
How?
Well, you said you were doing a rebrand.
Yeah.
You've put up, pictures of you in a suit on all the sides of all the cabin doors.
Yes. It was made by Hugo Boss. A nice suit.
So why do you have? But it's like a very regal picture. Why are you trying to showcase your Hugo Boss suit?
Well, I just want people to trust me, and it's a lot about image, and it's a lot about strength and the volume of your voice.
Yeah.
And who you surround yourself with,
And let's be honest, though, it's also in your case about sort of silencing dissent, because I've seen a few
What dissent have I
questionable
silenced?
Well, specifically 50 Cent.
Yeah. 50 Cent came to camp and he gave a lecture.
Well, he's just going by dissent now.
Yeah.
dissent. I silenced dissent. He came to the camp and he was trying to sing happy birthday to people, and I silenced him.
Yeah.
Well, but you've also been a lot of the campers are saying, like, we shouldn't have to work all the time. This should be fun for us also. And you're saying, like, well, we do need to get these license plates out there.
Yeah. We
got an opportunity to make license plates for the whole state.
Who's we? Nobody gets paid here. What are you talking about?
Yes, we do. We do.
The collective we, the camp gets paid?
Yes.
That
Are
goes
you
into the camp
redistributing that
The
money?
royal we.
You're not royalty here, Bill.
I am the royalty we.
Well, I'm just glad I'm on your team.
Yeah.
Same.
And I'll always be on your team. You can trust me on that.
Thank you. Well, you've seen my posters. Yes, we can.
Mm-hmm.
And we has I in parentheses after we.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then underneath it says, also, yes, you can. And then can has can't in parentheses next to it.
Right.
And I'll sort of dig through the darkness here and say the positive of this all is you're redoing all the facilities for the big triathlon.
I am redoing.
Yes.
I am redoing all the. I just redid them,
Yes.
and I'm redoing them.
Well,
Yeah,
Brett-
you're and this time around, the structure is going to be a little more sound.
yes. It's going to be louder. It's going to make more sound.
Which is that I went to the triathlon and I was looking at people going, huh? I can't hear anything.
I couldn't hear the footsteps. I couldn't hear the gun.
Well,
I
it's
couldn't
made
hear
of
any
speakers. It's a classic Grateful Dead wall of sound.
Good.
and hopefully it attracts eyes when the triathlon comes up in a few weeks, and we can actually maybe get some donations to the camp.
Oh, yeah.
Which would be good because we did invite.
We won't need them.
I'm sorry.
We won't need donations.
Okay.
We don't need a super PAC. We don't need it.
Well,
I think the donations are nice because we can all decide how the money's used instead of just you using license money however you want.
Listen, you guys are with me, all right? You're my team.
All right, hey, look, I this is just my advice to you personally. In public, I got your back, baby.
Right.
You could do the worst thing imaginable.
Yeah.
And I am too cowardly to ever go against a friend. It would be awkward for 2 minutes. So you could be a full monster, and I will keep my fucking mouth shut because I know you personally.
Got it.
I mean, my motto is, he's never been too mean to me.
right.
Yeah.
So, and I'll defend anybody, people talking shit about you to my face.
Never said anything like that to me.
Never said anything like that to me.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
care.
the right perspective to have, I think. The way your friends treat you is how they treat everyone,
That's
and
right.
any accusation that goes against your image of them is a bold-faced lie.
Yeah.
Here, Laura. Shh. Laura.
Oh, shit. Todd's done.
Todd is luring what is very clearly a deer.
Jesus. What is that noise, Todd? Todd,
It's a daughter caller. I bought a little daughter collar from the Game and Wildlife and Daughter store.
What is that little vial of liquid that you're dumping on yourself?
Oh, it's a 14-year-old boy urine.
Game and daughter store?
That's right. It didn't say it on the name of the store, but I went in and I said, "Oh, this is fish and wildlife and game. You got daughter stuff in here too? I'll spend money." And the guy said, "Okay." And so I bought this daughter sound maker. I bought this urine to dump on myself.
Okay. Oh, shit. It's that fucking lady. Get out of here!
You know what?
Get out of here, old woman!
I'll drown you too.
We don't care. We'll
don't
drown your
care.
ass.
Well, I think we need to maybe...
Go back to your weird little house with no windows.
Oh, and by the way, if you know why all these kids have been disappearing, we'd love some information.
Yeah, scamper off.
Fran only disappeared from the camp.
Give me that piece of wood.
These are kids that are disappeering from the camp, not kids that disappeared on the hike. That didn't happen.
No, that didn't happen.
disappeared on the hike. There have been kids that have disappeared from the camp since then.
Get out of here!
Scare my damn daughter off.
Sorry, I scared your daughter, but I was trying to get that.
Was that
Old
fucking
bag.
Jason's mom? Who
That was
was
Jason's mom.
That was
Yeah.
Jason's mom
She
again?
won't leave here because we drowned her son because he wouldn't let us do what we wanted.
But it's like, you don't even know that we drowned your son.
We
so leave
drowned
us alone.
Jason Alexander,
Now his annoying
and his
mum
fucking
won't
mom
leave.
keeps showing up. I'm so
And yeah,
tired.
it's the mom you think it is. It's the mom from the show.
Yeah.
I heard that last night when one of those kids disappeared or was murdered or whatever, and there's like this weird bassy riff that happened.
Yes.
It's strangely, people reported that they started hearing it right before the incident.
Yeah, and it was oddly funny and relatable.
Well, remember when
About minutia?
all those reporters showed up and they were trying to ask us what's the deal with this whole thing? You know, they were trying to say, what is the deal with the hike? Did you have any information? Do you not? Because, that's it.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Well, I'm going to chase down my daughter. Let's take a quick break.
All right.
Attention campers, remember to pee on all campfires before you go inside every night. Pee is the only thing that puts them out. Attention campers, dessert will be canceled this week due to a lack of enthusiasm. If we don't hear big yum-yums and see big lip smacks and tummy rubs, you will lose yummy privileges indefinitely.
All right. Well, glad we got you back in here, Todd. That was,
Yeah, my daughter is fast.
again, your daughter is a deer. I'll say it again,
We'll
and I'll
see.
say it as directly as possible.
We'll
Your
see.
Your
We'll
daughter
see.
is
And
a
We
deer.
saw.
Remember the stakes here.
Yeah.
If my daughter's a deer, I'm going to kill myself.
Wait, the steak is here?
No, the steak's late.
I have to go. Okay. I thought I
got
was gonna take
Steakhold.
delivery.
How long is it going to take Steakhold to deliver those steaks?
I don't know. I mean, we are kind of rural, so
Yeah.
I guess it's a little
Well, and
bit
I
of a
told
drive.
him I wanted mine pretty well done. I said I want it bleeding, but I want it well done. I did like a
gonna be
cutesy order.
All right. Well, we're not going to break from tradition just because we're at camp this season.
Sorry, haters.
Yeah, sorry, haters. I know you were hoping we would just do the podcast with just the four of us every single week, but no. We're going to bring guests on. And today's no different. We've got one of our campers here, Simon. So, Simon, how are you?
Hello, counselors. Now, I just want to let you guys know that even though I came in the third session, I'm still just about as aware as every other camper about what went down this summer.
Simon coming in hot,
is that
assuring he's not left behind.
I know some kids came at the beginning of June, but I'm a third session camper. Money's tight.
No, Simon,
You're go ahead.
it's just I've noticed a lot of groups when they're hanging out, you're always a few steps behind them.
Yeah, but I pretty much know everything that's going on still.
Oh, yeah?
You were obviously not in the know when that fight broke out in the lunchroom about what it was about. But you were like, I side with Tiffany. But then you were like, nope, never mind. I side with Rebecca.
And
Yeah.
everybody had left the dining hall at
Yeah.
this point.
What was it about in your
It's hard
head?
to choose sides. Well, when you got the two guys in there,
Yeah.
Tiffany
Tiffany and
were
Rebecca.
yeah.
Those are girls.
Yeah.
See?
When you got the two guys in there, you know that absolutely stems from day one when it all went down. Every single person at the camp knows that you can't do that.
Do what? Simon?
Well, the guys know that, well, when it very much boils down to it,
They were girls.
don't try that at home.
Simon, it feels like you're trying to fit in really bad, even
Yeah.
though everybody's sort of story started without you.
And also, they haven't been home in months.
Yeah, and that's where the seed of it all begins. You can't come with your home attitude to camp. Every person knows that. Anyway, I actually have to probably meet up with a bunch of people soon. We do our thing at this time, normally every day.
Wait, are you trying to leave right now?
Put your stuff down, Simon.
Yeah,
So-
I have a front backpack and a back backpack because I keep everything I need on me because you never know what's going to happen at absolutely this camp.
So you came here to announce that you get everything
Yeah.
and then leave immediately.
It doesn't really matter that I missed the first couple months of camp because I already am in on every single joke.
It is a little confusing though, Simon, because you came clearly ready for basketball camp, which this is not.
Yeah, well, you're gonna want to have basketball just in case a game breaks out, and
But not a bag of basketballs.
yeah, well, sometimes balls will have pretty much different consistencies, and you want one that can dribble all around, and you want one that can pass, and at the end of the day, you want one that's flat.
You just brought
Yeah.
so much equipment to camp trying to immediately catch up, and then
Yeah.
it was all wrong.
Yeah, well, go along. That's basically what I said when I got off the bus. And
To your
there's
parents?
yeah, I said, well, just my dad dropped me off, which
In a bus?
yeah, just my dad dropped me off in a bus. And here's the weird thing: I was driving.
That was weird. Your dad was at the back of the bus smoking a cig, and you were up there, and you're like, what, 12 years old driving?
Yeah.
Big class, like, F license you
Yeah,
need.
it's part of the reason I'm late to camp this summer. I actually had to pull in a little bit of a paycheck, and that's okay. It was just
Because you were in a Best Buy uniform
Yeah.
when you got off the bus.
Yeah, Best Buy bus driver. I basically drive from Best Buy to Best Buy.
Oh, is this a new part of the Geek Squad? You guys drive a giant bus instead of a little bug?
Why would
Yeah.
so one person is at one Best Buy and they need to get to another Best Buy?
Well, yeah, if you don't have what's in stock at the one Best Buy,
Right.
you got to take
Okay.
the employee to the other Best Buy and then drive them back with the equipment.
Oh,
And
so you don't even take the customer to the other Best Buy to get it? You take an employee over and then back?
No, ding dong. The customer is going to stay at the original Best Buy. Hopefully. But a lot of times they leave before you come back with the in-stock equipment. And that's
Wow.
where the third session camper comes in. It's been a long summer.
Simon, you're talking a lot about being plugged in and being like sort of having friends
Yeah.
and knowing what's going on around camp.
Yeah.
Is there somebody at camp who you would consider maybe your best friend? I think camp is a place where you find that person.
Yeah.
Big chuckle from Simon as if he has the answer.
Thanks for asking that, counselor. Your
Question seeming to trip you up a little bit.
His
Who's your best
name
friend?
is Blunt.
No, my name is
That
Howard.
guy's name is Blunt.
Yeah.
Howard.
Well, actually, every single person here, it's too hard to keep control of them all. Well, let's tell you the people who are on the outs. That'll be a shorter list.
That's not the question I asked
Well-
them at all.
Everybody knows about that.
A lot of the people in the play
Right.
you're on the outs with because you waltzed into the play
Yeah.
as if you had been in it the whole time and did
Yeah.
a monologue, and it did not match up with the play they were doing.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I wasn't there for auditions, so you kind of got to come in knowing the parts. So, hey, you, everybody, look back there before I gun you down, you fools. And I'm
Yeah,
not
it
even
had
joking.
a pretty tough theme,
And-
your walk on.
And I'm not even joking. Check my journals at home, you fools. Is this from the play or is this real? Look over here. I'm stocked full of bombs.
Yeah.
Is this from the play or is this real? That sounds pretty scary.
Yeah, Romeo and
Yeah.
Juliet was brought to a halt by your
I do-
aggressive walk-on who was a suicidal.
And luckily, I recognize this because it's from a play I wrote. It is from Play or Life.
Yeah, Tyler.
And the whole idea was to terrify the audience.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's to
Play
break the
or
fourth
life.
Play or life.
Play
Is
or
this-
life. Okay.
It's the whole premise of it is to try to trick the audience into believing an actor has sort of broken the fourth wall and is now confessing real
And this
truth
was some
about
of your
himself.
really cool, immersive.
I mean,
well, you blamed that time you were robbing a bank that it was a play.
that was my immersive play.
It was play or
It was-
life defense.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's absolutely. And so anybody that died in that robbery, that is okay. That
It's like
is
how you can
okay.
smoke on stage.
You can smoke on stage.
Yeah,
Exactly.
or the Abraham Lincoln thing.
Yes, yeah, which was all part of the play.
Yes.
That's right.
That's American Cousin. The end of American Cousin is that someone in the balcony gets blown their brains out to bits.
And I get it. Some writers are very specific about the stage direction in their
Yes.
writing. And American Cousin, the writer of that, was one of those writers. I am too.
All of your plays end with though. Oh my God! Something just happened in downtown Manhattan, right?
That's right. That's right. And the goal became at some point to really throw people off and be like, okay, you're talking about how the year's 2052.
Right.
People mention 9/11 in the play. But
And
then,
people definitely call it downtown Manhattan. Yes, of course.
and then every
Because
time.
it doesn't seem like you know the address.
Absolutely. It's downtown Manhattan. As an authentic New Yorker who was there on 9/11 and was a hero, as everyone remembers.
And by authentic New Yorker, you mean visiting and threw a woman into
Yeah.
9/11.
You
By a
were
hero.
famously, you pushed people back into the building.
And roasted firefighters as they went inside.
But I can't say much because I was living with Osama bin Laden at the time.
That's true.
I heard you toss people back up. They jump and then you catch them and throw them back up.
Yeah, if you look closely on that film, there are bodies going back up into the tower.
Well, I stripped the trampoline away from the firefighters. And I said, don't worry, I got it.
You bounce people back into the building.
That's right.
And also, you ran through Tower 2 and said, it's not going to happen again.
I was
You
busy
know.
cranking it at Osama bin Laden's compound as a porno, which they found.
Whitney Houston, right?
Yeah, I was cranking it to footage of Whitney
Yeah,
Houston.
they found all your porn.
Yeah.
I love Whitney Houston. Come back from the bathtub. She went down the drain, right?
That's the
think so,
rumor.
Simon.
Is
I
that-
think
That's,
so.
well, that's
I
what
think so.
happened, but the rumor is that, you know,
She
it
OD'd
was
on drugs.
substance abuse.
Yeah.
We all know she went down the drain.
Rumor.
I wish I was skinny enough to go down a drain.
No,
Simon, you gotta love yourself. Simon, it's fine.
So you are pretty skinny.
Well, part of the reason I came to this summer camp is because I'm trying to lose my fat ass.
and we told you that also, Simon. It's not a fat camp. It's not a basketball camp.
Oh,
it's not
God.
a camp for
I've been
overweight
wearing
people.
these weights on my legs, just running suicide all throughout the park, and everybody's gonna catch up soon. I run straight into the lake, tied to rocks.
Yeah, we've had to save you a few times, Simon.
Which is unusual for us to save someone who's jumped into
Well,
the
Yeah,
when
that's
we
sort of our
saved you,
spot.
we did see that Jason Alexander's body wasn't tied to the weights, which we
No.
tied him down. So we got to go find his fucking
He
corpse.
was sort of bobbing up and down like a buoy. You could just see the top of his
Well,
head.
Sam, you insisted you knew how to do a knot.
I
when you
do.
tied this.
Yeah.
I do. Listen,
I
I'm
heard that
keeping it
Jason was
simple.
seen eating at a diner.
What?
Oh,
Really?
down at Monk's Diner?
Yeah, Upper West Side.
Oh, okay. Uptown.
Simon, there are other people who are third sessioners.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like you could connect with them a little bit?
Losers, you show up late. Too bad.
But that's you, Simon. What are you talking
No,
about?
because I know everything already.
Did you have like some sort of point of communication here? Who came at first session? Who you've been like fed information or like?
My stepsister's here. Ex-stepsister.
I'm sorry.
is there a
Is that a new
divorce?
thing? Is it? It's a divorce.
Well, an ex-stepsister basically means my dad made 2 mistakes: marrying her mom and divorcing her.
Wow. I guess I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Well,
Wait, let's break that
yeah.
down.
So the first mistake was
The
marrying
divorce
her.
should be the fix of the
Yeah,
mistake.
if the marriage itself was a mistake, then the divorce would seem like the correction.
No, once you're pot committed, you got to stay no matter what happens.
That's exactly right. If you make the mistake, you gotta lie in it.
I think that's if you make your bed, you got to lie in it.
Who's made a bed?
You
Certainly none of the
never have.
campers.
I wish I was made of a bed. So soft.
You wish you were made of a bed.
You want to be skinny enough to go down a drain, and then you also want to be like a mattress?
100 count thread sheet.
That's horrible thread.
What? That's rough. That's the roughest. That's like burlap sack.
What do you have at home, Simon?
I have sheets, let's put it this way. They rub all the dead skin off me every night.
Exfoliating sheets. I see. I don't know.
Ever known a loofah before? Brain dead.
So, Simon, the coolest kid at camp,
Yeah.
Bryce Houston.
Bryce Houston.
Yeah, so you know about him.
Yeah, Bryce Houstoner.
Why don't you just...
You already said his name wrong.
Yeah, his name's Bryce Houston. You could just simply hear me say that and keep that in your brain.
Yeah.
Why don't, if you are called up, you're supposedly, according to you, friends with Bryce.
Yeah.
What's Bryce's deal?
Well, oh gosh. Was you want to talk about a guy that's hard to pin down. Bryce Houstoner is, let's see.
He's actually very loyal, and he's pretty easy to pin down.
Yeah, he's always at the same place every morning doing his meditations, right? He's one of our star kids.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
at Meditation Lump.
Yeah, me too. Well, picture this. This is Bryce in a nutshell, okay?
Brace?
Brace
This is Bryce
Houstoner.
Houstoner for a nutshell.
Fernal nutshell. What are you talking about, Simon?
Picture this. The brains of Angelica Houston.
Not his mother.
Or a particularly smart person.
The bye.
Damn, Blunt.
Blunt. That's a rip, Blunt.
Whoa! Angelica Houston can fuck off. Blunt just called her stupid.
It's not what
Damn,
she's
Blunt.
known for, you know? I don't know.
Okay.
The body, yada, yada, yada. Of nowadays, Meg Ryan. That's Bracer Houston.
So Bracer Houstoner to you looks like Meg Ryan now. That's not true.
You think he's the most popular kid at camp because he looks like old Meg Ryan and
New
feels
Meg Ryan.
And is a
New
smart-
Meg Ryan.
current Meg Ryan, who I think is the oldest one we know.
Yes. Well, leave that up to Blunt to trash new Meg Ryan.
I mean, she's
What do
at
you
least
think,
60.
Blunt?
I don't know, 60?
Yeah. Yes, Meg Ryan is at least 60.
Maybe.
Look, Simon,
Quote, another good quote from Blunt. Meg Ryan is at least 60.
That's important to know. It's important.
Who knows? I don't know. Whatever.
so Simon and Blunt, you can actually relate to this. We were trying to get Blunt to just be himself, and I think maybe you could benefit from
Yes.
that, Simon.
Well, he should just be himself.
Right, yeah.
What is a thing?
Well, what
that,
should he be?
What is a thing that? Let's say someone wanted to hang out with you. What's a thing you like? A movie you'd want to see, or
Absolutely.
activity.
Absolutely. Well, I only like pretty much the scariest nature documentaries. And
So, like, the bees are going away, deforestation.
yeah.
Or like sharks? Like what is it?
Well, let's say you know March of the Penguins, right?
I sure do. Yeah, love it.
That's a modern day nightmare to me.
that's a scary movie to you.
Haven't-
And why is that?
Well, because all of a sudden we're seeing all these guys all over.
Penguins?
I guess I never saw the full thing.
Because you got too scared.
Or any of it. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, I guess I never saw it.
Yeah, I just don't think I would ever describe much of the Penguins with all of a sudden you've got these guys all over.
In fact, I would. There's literally zero human beings in that movie.
Maybe you're hearing a guy's voice. Maybe
Yeah.
that's what you're thinking of.
What about the documentary I brought up? The bees are going away.
Yeah. Well,
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I have because that's voiced by Chloe Grace Moretz.
As
But-
Kick-Ass.
As
She's doing the character, not the character she played in the Kick-Ass movies. She's doing Kick-Ass from the Kick-Ass movie.
and, yeah.
She's doing an impression of that guy who plays Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Weird doc.
Yeah.
And it's scary as everything because
And she's talking about how you don't see as many B's used as much from the alphabet. The B, the letter B is going away.
That's right.
And she's worried about
Sort
it.
of a PSA.
And it was.
What do you think, Blunt? Is this a documentary by a stupid woman or what?
Well, she didn't direct it. She's just voicing it.
Oh! She couldn't have directed it, not a woman.
That's not what I was saying.
A woman can't tell the bees where to fly. Need a man to do that. This is exactly.
We all know that only men can stare at bees and tell them where to fly. That is a man's job.
And again, we were talking about bees, the letter in the alphabet.
No, right then we
Not-
were talking about bees, actual bees.
Yeah,
but just
two
right
bees.
then.
A bee smells a woman's fear.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
I
This
didn't
is
say it.
exactly what's right about this camp.
Simon, are you on any of like the social media right now? I know it's like for kids. I can't imagine for kids it's so hard to like.
I'm on Raya.
You're on the hard
Dating
to
app
get in dating app for
all famous
artists and
people.
celebrities.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
what did
basically need someone to recommend you.
Who was your recommender?
My recommender was actually.
It was Lil Dicky, wasn't it?
Well,
Was
I'm
it
not
Lil
sure
Dicky?
who that is.
God, if we could get little Dickie's email.
My recommender was Little Pete.
Famously, Little Pete. Famous.
And remind. So Lil Pete is obviously.
The younger brother from Pete and Pete.
Danny Tamborelli.
Who I think now I have more money than.
And his story, of course, a little bit sad. He dropped his real name and is just now going by Lil
It's
Pete.
really leaned into that persona and that reality.
He actually
And
got the petunia
surprisingly
tattoo on
has
his
to be
arm.
on a dating app. He hasn't found somebody.
So
not
you went on
surprising.
You went on a date with Dakota Johnson the other day via Raya. Is that true? How'd that go?
I met Dakota on Raya, and well, it was sort of absolutely in a beautiful way. I picked
And
her
you're
up-
10, right?
Yeah. Picked her up in my Best Buy bus.
Is your dad smoking a cig in the back?
Yeah, of course my dad's there, ding dong. And then I had her sit in a middle seat.
Okay, good. Treat
Because
her
you
like
ma-
shit already.
Well, you have to basically spread out the weight on a bus. You know how bus works, right?
And I'm
it's
sure
not
she
weight up-
loved hearing that.
Yeah, if the weight's not perfectly distributed, the bus will immediately tip over. Immediately, as soon as you put it in drive.
That's right.
Yeah.
So she's in the middle, you're in the front, your dad's smoking a cig in the back, ding dong.
Yeah.
Where'd you take her? Did you wine her and dine her?
Here's the problem. Uphill. And
So you went to the top of some hill or a mountain?
in the
or-
middle of an ice storm.
That's a good date though. Taking someone uphill. That's a good.
Oh,
fun,
that was the
exciting
object
date.
of the date? We're going to go up a hill?
In an ice storm.
I needed to weed out to make sure she wasn't a bitch.
Okay, Simon. I don't understand how those
So
are
you
connected. but
you throw a very awful date at her, and if she speaks up, you think she's a bitch.
Keep the trap shut if you want a second duder with Simon.
Second duder?
You're like
Simon.
You're like a pickup artist, Simon. You're fucked up.
Yes.
Simon, honestly, I might have agreed with you a little while ago, but I'm reconnecting with my daughter now. And so now that I can relate to having a woman in my life, I don't like hearing women talked about in that way anymore.
Daughter, eh?
Yeah.
What are the stats? The bra size.
She's about 6 feet tall, 4 hoofs, cute little tail, covered
tail.
in brown fur, white tail.
I honestly don't know how this happened. I don't know how he thinks his daughter is a big ass deer. I don't know how it happened.
I think it's clear that he's pining to see his
Yeah,
daughter,
I
and
think
there
he's
isn't one
delusional.
around, so he's putting
see.
it all on a deer.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you're right. It's clear.
Anyway, she hasn't gone through puberty yet, and I wouldn't tell you her bra size, okay? I think that she's so much more than that. That's not how she's defined.
You
by.
would if
So
she
she
had
were-
been through puberty?
If she had, I'd tell you in a second.
Well, how are you enjoying camp so far? I mean, you have been here for 2 weeks of your 1 month. You're 2 months late. You're halfway through. Are you excited to have 2 more weeks to try to make a relationship?
Excuse me. Make a relationship. This camp's in the palm of my hand. I
Is that the
basically.
start of a musical? What was that part?
Well, don't you know?
Well, Simon, you actually do have a nice voice.
That's really good.
Well, what can I say? Here's the thing.
Anything intelligible?
We're at the halfway point. 14 days down, 14 days to go. Can Simon conquer any more at this camp? I don't think so. No stone has been left unturned.
No, what you're leaving out is that you've kind of been ostracized because you tried to jump onto the big blow-up thing in the lake that
blob.
shoots people into the blob.
Mr. Stinker?
Yeah, you jumped on it and screamed, Mr. Stinker.
And then you diarrhea.
That's not what the blob is for.
You saved up something, a big poop, a big nasty. You've been Mr. Stinkering everywhere.
Well,
And the line for the blob is long.
Hey,
Everybody
hey.
is so excited about it. There's a
Excuse
long
me.
line.
have you ever been in a situation where you maybe didn't feel comfortable enough to go?
And you felt comfortable enough to jump off of a high dock.
Whole camp watching.
Yeah, whole camp watching, and
Listen.
time your diarrhea with hitting the blob.
You show up, you take every single food challenge, and then no one will tell you where the dang outhouse is. And you can't go in the
Because
forest.
there's not an outhouse.
I do remember that all the campers were not letting us tell you where the outhouse was. Like, no, don't tell him, don't tell him.
Also, you're not taking every single food challenge. You're walking out and say, who dares me to drink this gallon of orange juice and eat all these beans?
Listen. I'll take any dare, even if no one's saying it.
Nobody was even in the room. You
Yeah.
had to come outside with a can of beans and
Yeah,
juice.
you've typically only been asked truths, but you always eat beans and drink orange juice.
You were playing truth or dare in your bunker.
Yeah.
We caught you
You're
eating
like,
beans
yes,
and drinking orange
it is
juice.
true. I only drink orange juice and eat beans. You keep Mr. Stinkering everywhere.
Yeah, I can't help it at this point. Well, didn't you ever know that basically between day 1 and day 12, I gained 20 pounds because I couldn't take a shit? It was only eating beans and drinking every
And
orange
you,
juice. And then I Mr. Stinker.
the blob.
I
I
Mr.
came out on the blob.
Bob. And now the lake's off limits.
Well,
I did notice.
It was unbelievable because you were on the portion of the blob where you wait to be shot up, and somebody jumped on it, and you went Mr. Stinker, and as you went up, your body swiveled around, spraying diarrhea like a sprinkler.
It kept me in the air for 2 straight minutes.
You looked like one of those people on one of those jetpacks that were riding up in the air.
Yeah, the news showed up thinking there was a jetpack. The whole news caught it all on Channel 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess since then I've basically been the king of camp.
Yeah, everybody has been definitely like saying, hey, there she is, and giving you a wide berth.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I wish someone had told me where the outhouse was day 1.
There's
It's
indoor plumbing.
Yeah, there's indoor plumbing, and
Everywhere.
there's also
Everywhere.
And there's also you get a welcome packet. We gave you a welcome packet the day that
I
you
already
showed
took a shit in there.
That's not what it's for.
welcome packet's for.
Yeah, you got a welcome packet that has toilet paper, directions to the bathroom, the whole thing.
Okay. We'll call her me embarrassed. I took a shit.
You took a shit and the lake is off limits now.
The lake is a biohazard, so.
I mean, I guess to be fair, you did lose 20 pounds.
And I
on
heard
that Mr. Stinker.
you when you Mr. Stinkered, Leah Michelle was nearby and she couldn't handle that first date. That was part of the first date.
Yeah, I had Leo Michelle come to camp to go on a first date, but I thought I was doing myself a favor by showing her that I could jump high, but I guess I missed her Stinker.
I guess so.
You definitely did. The lake's off limits.
Can I ask you, are
There's
you
a cleanup crew down there. There's actually dying ducks and stuff
There's
that they're
that-
trying to like
Well,
spray off.
Yeah, they're doing the whole oil spill
They're
procedure
cleaning
down
them with Dawn.
Yeah.
Dawn
using
can get
Dawn
the
soap.
shit out.
That's mean what they do to that woman, Dawn.
She's working hard, though, I'll tell you.
When you go on these dates with women on Raya, are you telling them you're a 10-year-old boy? Are you? Is your profile honest?
My profile is from the neck down.
Seems like that would be pretty obvious
It's
too.
pretty obvious.
And is there a description of like who you are, what you know?
Well, yeah, it's a description of who I am, but it's I have faith in God, and capital He will find me, capital U.
Good.
And then
He will find me you?
Yes. And
Is
then
the sentence?
the song is Steal My Sunshine by Len. And then it's just 5 photos of me neck down.
Different poses
And you
or the
got-
same
In
pose?
a
you got Michelle
t-shirt,
and
in a t-shirt
Dakota.
and no pants.
T-shirt and no pants. And do you chat pretty well on it? Like when you get into little
I'm
text?
hysterical.
What's like a typical thing? You know, if somebody says like, hey, we matched. Are you 10? Like, are you a young boy?
Can't tell from the pics. Looking at your body, looks like you're 10. That true?
And if you're a 10, maybe you can meet up with this fine-ass pussy.
So you
Whoa.
say you have a pussy.
You call yourself a pussy.
So people like it. They
Yeah.
like that sense of humor.
But then sometimes I'll just go real low status, like, oh, I don't know. I'm not even worth going on a date with.
That doesn't sound funny.
Yeah.
But if that's how you got Dakota Johnson, I mean, I guess something's working.
Oh, please. You don't want to go on a date with me. I suck.
And they say, how do you know Lil Pete?
I say, extra.
You know him
As
from
in
Extra,
their
the
big-
TV show?
You work at Extra
Yes.
with Mario Lopez?
Yes. I'm the chair on the episodes that take place outside at the mall.
You're
You
the
are
chair.
the
He sits
chair
on you.
at the Grove? It's your side chair.
I'm also imagining this. There's not 2 Best Buys anywhere near there. So you're really commuting for your jobs, right?
Yeah, well, extra is just 3 to 5 every day.
Every day.
Just 3 to 5 every day.
Hey, Mario
What
do,
an
you,
inconvenient time.
do you have any funny Mario Lopez stories? Yeah.
He's a sweetheart.
What do you guys learn about each other? I mean, he's doing the show. He's sitting on your back or head. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you guys sort of exchanging stories? What's your relationship?
He's absolutely a dream. He's really fun, actually really easy guy to get along with.
Have you had media training?
Yeah.
Seems like you sound like Kim Kardashian or something.
He's so lovely. Yeah, he's a really good guy. Yeah, Mario's just one of the fam.
I was watching last week, and I was wanting to watch Extra because I wanted to catch up on gossip that couldn't ever be important to me.
Well,
and it said Extra will not air today. The craziest thing happened that's ever happened. And it said that verbatim, and I was like, "That's really weird." There's no specifics. Did you, Mr. Stinker?
Did you, Mr. Stinker Mario Lopez?
Yeah, but bad news.
That's not the
Okay,
bad
what's
news.
the bad news?
That's the
Okay,
good
so
news.
that's
What's
the
bad
normal
news?
news. What's
Even worse.
Oh no.
Well, first of all, it's before I came to third session camp, obviously, because
Yeah.
I've been here every day doing every activity. But the last day I was on Extra, I was doing an upside down chair and stinkered into him, and he flew into the air.
Is Mr. Stinker into his butt?
And he flew into the air.
Whoa.
Wow. That was,
But he's so great. And he's just been an absolute sweetheart from minute one about the whole situation.
He sits on you. That's not sweet. He
And you're
uses you as
upside down?
furniture.
Yeah, the circumstance of this episode was your head was on the floor.
His kids are so great. He's such a good dad.
I didn't know you had kids.
Yeah, with a woman he impregnated before marriage.
Okay, that was the first little bit of beef there.
Yeah. Well, we know
bit
you
of
love
gossip
God,
there.
so I guess that's where it comes from.
capital G.
But Simon, if I could give you advice going into the last few weeks, I think that it's try to make one friend just through being yourself.
You're shaking your
Big
head. I
eye
don't
roll.
understand. I don't.
I'm sorry, I'm not following. Simon's always Simon.
Well, yeah, you know what? Actually, maybe I could introduce you to my daughter. It seems like she doesn't have anyone to go to the dance with yet.
Yeah, well, she's gonna need to get in line.
Oh, you got a lot of people that want to go to the dance with you?
Yeah, I put out my Raya feelers, and a lot of people would commute down here just to get a slow dance with old Simone.
Boom, ba-doom, boom, 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 ba-doom.
Oh, no.
Did you hear that?
Did I?
Was that Jason Alexander?
I don't know. It
Wait
sounded
a
like
second.
Wait a minute.
Oh, no.
That's
Okay.
weird. I've been hearing that
That's
shit.
creepy.
Well,
That's
don't
scary.
worry. My crime scene investigators are on the case. I'm going to go check out if there was another murder there.
Yeah, well, Simon, it was great to have you on the show to get a little insight into what's going on.
You're
with
so
you
up
these-
my butt, it's embarrassing.
Jesus, take it easy, Blunt.
Yeah, what I say that to everybody.
Blunt, you're not
who's
going
on
to get the
show.
Raya invite, dude.
I don't
Take
need
it
it.
easy.
I don't need it. I don't need it or want it.
I actually want it. I want it.
You need to
excited?
be
Get us
an
all on, Raya?
influencer.
Yeah. What do you influence on your Instagram?
I'm a visual artist.
Good. Good. I know what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use wires and light to create pictures of the Virgin Mary. They go for around 10 mil.
Wow.
Very specific.
Rupees. I sell them to
Indian?
Russians living in India.
Good. Good.
Well, hey, we can't fault you for being an entrepreneur, Simon.
You sell.
You sell sculptures of the Virgin Mary to Russians in India for 10 million rupees.
Yeah, you wouldn't be laughing if you saw the zeros in my bank account, honey.
Okay.
Is that an Irish accent? What? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Simon, you're a real motherfucker sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's about time for us to get out of here, Simon. We really appreciate you coming on the show and giving us a little insight into.
Mind if I sleep in the studio?
Yes.
yeah, we-
Because it looks like you're very full and you're about to miss your stinker. I've seen that look before, and it happened on the Blob.
Yeah.
You need to get your ass out of here because we're not falling for it.
Oh no, it's
No.
coming.
Oh,
I'm gonna
No.
No.
fly off the ship!
Oh, God.
Stay flippy.
Simon,
Stay flippy.
stay.
Stay
Stay flippy.
Class is out and the coffee's on. I got a couple things on my chest I got to get off. Cut me some slack and pour me